Mesachas Beitzah Chof Tes. The Mishnah on the bottom of Chesam Beis says, Lo Yima Odom L'Tabach Shkoli Bedina Bosar Aval Sheichet Mechalik B'neim. The Tosfos Yontif asks, what's the chiddush of this Mishnah that you can't tell a Tabach to be Sheikul Bedina Bosar on Yontif? It's before the Mishnah, before the Chav Zayin and Beis, a Nimnin Ala Bimeleches Tchila B'Yontif, that you can't buy a behemah What's the added chiddush in this Mishnah of Chav Chesam Beis? So Tzlach says the difference is that the Mishnah on the Chav Zayin and Beis is before they have to be poisik and to agree to buy the behemah before Yontif. And the Mishnah over here is telling us that even if it wasn't nigma, the agreement to buy the meat before Yontif, nevertheless it's mutter, as long as you told them before Yontif that perhaps you'd like to buy an animal on Yontif, if it's okay to buy the animal on Yontif, but nevertheless it's also to speak out on Yontif the price, even though you had an agreement before Yontif, and now you can continue and actually take the animal on Yontif. Nevertheless, it's also to speak out the price in Yontif. I know others from Yasha that says a different chilek that the Mishnah before is referring to a meat that is the shuma of the meat's not yedua, and over there there's Issur to speak out the price of the meat on Yontif. And over here, the Mishnah is telling us even if the meat is shumos yedua, you're going to ask a butcher for $50 worth of meat. And it's a dover that Shemos Yedua. Nevertheless, since you're speaking out the price of meat on Yontif, it's also. We put on the Mishnah of Tessim now. It says the Maisa Babashol Ben Bitnish Yimal the Midoisav Merev Yontif V'Noisn L'Kuchas in Yontif. The Chasam Sofer asks, why is it that Babashol had to Yimal the Midas before Yontif? It's before the Mishnah at the end of Shabbos Daf Kuf involved that Bashol holds that a Mididah L'Tzirich mitzvah's mutter, that means a measurement for a mitzvah's mutter. So it's mutter to measure the size of a mikvah on Yontif because it's a Mididah L'Tzirich mitzvah. So too over here, since you're measuring the amount of the mekach that L'Tzirich is Simchas Yontif, it should be mutter for the mitzvah of Simchas Yontif. On that, the Chasam Sofer says a chiddush that the answer is that a bashol shitose holds in Yevamos Daf Lamed Tes that a beer of Yevama, the imchavin also lanos atzmoi, doesn't have a halacha of a mitzvah zibum, and you need to have a mind l'shem shemaim specifically. So therefore, chayshish that people will buy the tzirich simchas yontif, and they won't have a mind specifically l'shem shemaim. They'll have a mind also v'hanos atzmon, and therefore it doesn't have a din of a mitzvah. So therefore, it doesn't have the head of a Mididah l'shem mitzvah. It's Tzarchi Tuva b'divei Chasam Sofer, because the Chayr Allah of Abashol, that you need a bir l'shem mitzvah yibum is a specific halacha in Hilchos Yibum that you want to be doing the Issur the Shesach. It has to be cool l'shem shemaim, and you can't have in mind v'hanos atzmai. However, it's not halacha and be kavanah l'shem mitzvah. They can't have another kavanah. And over here, as long as they had kavanah that they're eating l'shem mitzvah, the fact that they had hanos atzmai involved also, shouldn't be megareya the kavanah l'shem mitzvah. And furthermore, it's tzarchian. How can you compare it to the Mididah and Shabbos Daf Kuf involved? Over there, the Mididah was the hechsha of the mitzvah itself, Mashain came. Over here, the Mididah was just to measure how much the mekach is and how much the agreement of the sale between the mekach and the mekach is, but not the actual tzirich of the Simchas Yontif. It's tzarchin oid, because the Ran holds whenever there's a nasachil, it's automatically has a din of kavon l'shem mitzvahs. Over here, when you ate this The Simchas Yontiv, it automatically has a halacha of kavon l'shem mitzvah of achil for Simchas Yontiv. And so in Oid, according to Avnei Nezer, which you spoke out and shown before, that the whole het of Tzorech Achal Nefesh is the mitzvah of Simchas Yontiv. So would you say, according to Chasam Sofer, that if you don't have kavon kula l'shem shemayim, that you shouldn't have any het of Bishla Tzorech Simchas Yontiv is lehuska such a halacha, so Tzorech in Oid b'divei Chasam Sofer. We put on the Gemara with Beis, because machlokes if shoynin bekemach b'yontiv you let it sift flour a second time on Yontiv, or it's also because you could have done before Yontiv, and everyone agrees if it's not from tzur kisim, if a rock fell into the Kemach Yontif, you're allowed to sift the flour again on Yontif. Rashi explains the reason why it's mutter to be shoyne when it's nafal kissing, because all of the flour goes through the sieve and there's no subin that stays on the sieve, so therefore it's not considered sifting on Yontif. The Beis Meir asked that Sorchin, although there's no subin that stays and gets caught in the sieve because it was already sifted before Yontif, nevertheless the tzur, the rack, stays on the other side of the sieve and should be considered sifted because of the rack. So he explains that Rashi means even in a situation when there's no rack. And then the Beis Meir asked that tzurchin lahepech, why should there be Beitzah to take out the rack that fell into flour that's already sifted before Yontif? It's involved in the Psugi Daf Yudalit. And kidneys, it's mutter to be buried kedarki and allowed to take out the psilis mekach on Yontiv, because there's no Issur or buried kedarki on Yontiv b'chal. So there also you should be able to take out the psilis mekach and take out the rock that fell into the flour. And that the Mishabur brings from Chayodam, that over here it's also because being buried psilis beyond is there chel, and therefore it's also Yontif, and specifically by kidneys, it's mutter to be boyer the psilis b'teichel, because it's not the derech to be boyer kidneys ne'amim rabim. Rather you boyer the kidneys when you want to eat the kidneys, so therefore it's not considered derech chel. One for the Gemara says that the oifen that you allowed to sift flour on Yontif was a gava the mahult on the other side of the sieve. The Meracher Zerua asks, what's the understanding why specifically they have to have a Shinui on the other side of the sieve in order to be matter sifting on Yontif? It's more in the sugi before on the Fudalid, that when you want to grind on Yontif, if you tilt the kli that you're grinding with, that's considered a shini on Yontif. So here also, why do you have to use the other side of the sift? As long as you mishana and tilt it should be enough. So the Meracher Zura says two tirutzim. One is that over here, if it would be mutter just to tilt the sieve without using the other side of the sieve, that you're going to keep the mechab malachta l'moyed and wait to sift flour specifically on Yontif. So therefore, we need a Shinui from the other side of the sieve. And it says another teretz that the only heter of a Shinui is when you have a Shinui that's a difference in the actual malacha, like tinik yoyin klachayad, that the actual accomplishment of the malacha is done with a Shinui. However, there's only a Shinui in the Maisa. Like if you put a pot on the fire with your left hand, and there's no difference in the actual tikkun of the malacha, that's not considered a shini. So over here also in mekach, when you do, the whole shini is where the flour is going to fall, and there's no shini in the accomplishment of the sifting, that's not considered a shini, that's mutar on Yontif. And I point out that there's one Rachazur, not like Avnei Nezer, that we mentioned this year. In Shabbos Daf Lametes, that's mavur that bimeleches Shabbos, even if you have a shini in the Maisa and not a shini in the Nifal, there's no shini in actual accomplishment of the Malacha, but there is a shini in the Maisa Malacha that's enough to be considered a shini to mata Malacha on Shabbos, because it's not considered Meleches Machshavas, since V'chor Mavur and Meracher Zerua, not like the Avnei Nezer.